Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So today I have the Emerson Knives CQC-15, and really quick, just wanted to give a shout out to Jacob for sending this in to get it customized. Now, really quick before we get into it, I'll put the specs up on screen and we'll get right into it. So we have the recurved Tonto with a V-grind. As you guys can see there, it's only got one cutting edge on this side here. It's got a really nice stone wash on the flats. Looks really good. It's got a thumb disc for deployment, or the wave feature, which basically deploys the blade when you yank it out of the pocket. The blade is riding on phosphorus bronze washers. It is a liner lock. It's got really fine textured G10. It's got jimping here on the end of the blade and on the liners and scales. Then you also have some in the back there for that extra grip. You do have 4 standoffs in the back separating the liners. You do have blacked out hardware, which is Phillips here in the back, and then a flathead for the pivot. It does have a lanyard hole. It does have a, I believe it's a aftermarket deep carry pocket clip, which is made of titanium. And really quick, I just want to mention that the ergos on this knife are really good. With the wave feature, it adds a nice little ramp with obviously the jimping for your thumb to rest on there really nicely. And then on the back end of the bottom of the scales, you do have more jimping when you do reverse grip. So just a really great self-defense knife, including that wave feature, which again deploys the blade really quick. Overall, I really do like this knife. It's really comfortable, really no hot spots. And let's get into what I will be doing with this knife. I will be customizing the scales from the black G10 to the red burlap material, which looks a little rough right now, but once I'm done with it, it should look good. And it'll be definitely a big change from black to red, but I think it'll look good since we'll have that black hardware, which will give it kind of a Deadpool look, if any Marvel fans out there, which I think will look really good. But with that being said, let's take this thing apart and see what we got going on the inside. Alright, so here it is all taken apart. And the liners are definitely titanium, very lightweight. And also, I don't know what this is right here, but if you guys know, let me know down below of what that is. And also another thing I wanted to know is, why does Emerson do the Phillips head hardware and the flathead hardware for the pivot? I've always just wanted to know. If you guys know, please let me know down below. I'd really appreciate it. But that's pretty much it. Let's get to customizing it. so here it is all finished, and we'll get a close look at the show side scale. But as you guys can see, I did leave it with a matte finish. So I hit it with a 320 grit to keep it a little bit more rough, that way you have a little bit more grip, so it's not as smooth, right? Glass smoothness to it. I was going to put tung oil, but Jacob wanted to leave it alone and let his oils from his hands just naturally darken the look of the scales, which will look good over time. And maybe I'll get some pictures from him later on. But if you can see, hopefully I can catch this on camera, but the fibers from the burlap it does reflect the light a little bit. It does look a lot better in the sunlight, but it's just a really, really cool look. And I really like this material. I'm at to do my own burlap for a knife that is just a little bit more tough and rugged, since that is what this knife is. So just really happy with the outcome. And one thing I forgot to film was I put a nice beveled edge all the way around the knife, and then where the thumb disc lands when it is closed, I made it just a little bit bigger here, so you can see right there, so you have a just easier access to that thumb disc. And then I also contoured the scales so that when it is in hand, it fills up your palm better, and it just feels a lot thinner, but not feels thinner. It is thinner, but it feels more full in the palm. So enough talking about it. Let's put it together and see what it looks like. Alright, so here it is all put together. I think it looks really, really good. As always, let me know down below what you guys think. But there it is contoured. You can see both sides. And then the edge, you can see the burlap on the ends of the scales. So it's pretty cool. It gives it just a little bit of contrast. Very dark, almost dark enough to match the black hardware. And let's check out the action. And flips out no problem, and it's a little stiff right now, but I'm sure once it breaks in it'll be alright since we just cleaned it. But spidey flicking no problem, and yeah, there it is opened up. I think it looks really, really good, and there it is with the pocket clip. So the ergos now, since I did contour the scales, it feels the same, but you can feel that contouring in the palm. It feels really, really good. And the little beveled edges all the way around just make it a lot more comfortable. And I did do a little bit, just of a little recessed area here where the liner lock is. So you get easier access to that liner lock. So again, really happy with how this thing turned out. I hope Jacob really, really likes this, and the Benchmade. I did that Benchmade for him. And one thing I did notice is that there's a little bit of lock stick, since the liners are titanium, and I wonder if they are, or if it's carbidized here, but it does stick quite a bit. Not every time, but I don't know, maybe that's how Emerson's are. I personally don't have one. I would like one. I forgot the model, but I'll put a picture of this up on the screen of the one that I was really thinking about getting. But it's a really cool knife, and I do like that wave feature. It works really, really well in the pocket. But there is the Emerson Knives CQC-15. As always, you guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate the support. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one.